Before we start training the core ABCs, which is loading our core with alignment, breathing, and control, like in this position here, there's a few prerequisites we need to understand first before we do that exercise. So the first thing is, think about ABC, alignment, breathing, control. First, we need alignment in this position. So you'll prop your legs up onto the edge of a couch or an ottoman, something else. And then from here, what we want to do, we're likely have a small arch in our back here. We want to flatten that out. Or you want to think about bringing the rib cage and the belt line together, or I just say take your fingertips, put them under the arch, squish or smash your fingertips. So we want to keep that position there. So instead of being here, we want to be here. Hold that position, and then once we have that alignment, next we're going to check our breathing and make sure we can breathe abdominally. So how we do that is we take one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly button, and I'm going to switch so you can see here. And we want to differentiate the two. So first, just take a few breaths naturally without thinking about it. And see where you feel movement. Everyone's a little bit different, okay? But a lot of us, when we first start doing this, we're going to get a lot of chest. Okay, so next we want to do is differentiate the two. So we're first going to start with, we're going to move the chest and not the stomach. So I'm going to focus on keeping my right hand here quiet and this one moving. And now I want to flip it and reverse it, where this top hand here is going to stay quiet and my right hand is going to go up toward the ceiling as I breathe in and sink toward my spine as I breathe out. Good. This can be harder than it looks. So if you have a hard time with this, practice it until you can differentiate the two pretty easily like this. Perfect. Once we've got that down, we can move on to the next step. The next one is differentiating your abs versus your diaphragm, or otherwise we call the Buddha belly because it's expanding our abdomen like a balloon. We still want to maintain our alignment. And what we'll do here is we'll take our fingers and the letter L like this. We're going to wrap around our side so that your index finger's in the front, the thumb's in the back side near the spine. We're going to wrap around the pelvis here, or just above that bony pelvis or bony line here. Okay, once we have that, what we're going to do first is squeeze the abs, which most people know how to do. Bear down. If you're not sure, just cough. You'll feel the abs squeeze. Good. So we're going to squeeze the abs. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to push the stomach out like a Buddha belly, or like a little kid making a beer belly, so to say, without squeezing the abs, okay? And how we're going to do that is just think about pushing the belly button toward the ceiling without squeezing, okay? Good. So Buddha belly, and then I'm going to squeeze my abs. Buddha belly, squeeze my abs. Buddha belly, and squeeze the abs. A lot of people have difficulty as they're trying to Buddha belly. They simultaneously squeeze the abs to try to make the belly bigger. So we need to be able to differentiate those two. But once you have that down, you can cycle back and forth between abs and Buddha belly. You can move on to the next step. Okay. Next step now is that we're going to practice breathing in our abdomen with our legs supported. So now that my knees are about belt line, belly button level, I've got my alignment, and I understand the differentiation of chest and belly, abs and diaphragm. Now I'm just going to breathe. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to place them in my hips crease here, and I'm really going to focus on breathing down into my hips, just like this here. If you're not sure if you're moving the chest too much, just take one hand here and just check that you're not contracting the pecs as you breathe. Perfect. Once you have that down there, we are now ready to train the core and the core ABCs. So meaning that we're going to lift our legs up in a loaded position, which causes our core to contract automatically. So we don't have to think about contracting the core. We just got to be able to breathe through it. Okay? So what I'm going to do from here, I'm simply going to lift my legs up like this. So we're not just lifting the feet up, we're lifting from the hips. So notice my knees are in line with my belly button here, not down here. So up here, make sure that back is flat, check it with your fingertips, and then now I'm going to take my hands and put them in my hips crease and breathe low. And all I want you to do is feel the difference of breathing here versus breathing here. The first thing you'll likely notice is that, one, your abs are on, but you're not able to expand your abdomen as much here as you are here. And that's to be expected because your abs are contracted and your body's not yet sure how to fully expand here while maintaining or contracting your core. Right. Once you feel that you have pressure down into your hips here, the lower you breathe, the more back pressure you get. And that's what we really need to stabilize the spine. So once you feel like you're expanding into your hips crease, we'll make the L's again, we'll wrap around, and now feel for, can we breathe into the back? So we'll check it with legs unsupported, and then we'll bring it up and check, can we breathe into the back, legs unsupported, okay? So you'll spend some time here, about 10 breaths or so, or if you start getting tight in the hip flexors or tired there, or you start breaking form, just take a break. We want to do it to form failure, which is perfect form like you started with perfect breathing. If that breaks, take a break. Perform it for about 3 sets of time, 1 to 2 times per day. Once you have everything down, you don't have to go back to abs, Buddha belly, chest versus diaphragm. You can go straight into just training this here. So once you have the previous steps, you can skip all that stuff. You can go straight just to legs up and working on training your core with this Core ABC's breathing.